It's Bash in Berlin time. Let's talk predictions.
Ain't nobody really than Gorilla. Ain't nobody.
Welcome back to FPW. Yeah! The Flash Pro Wrestling Show. I am your host, Chris Flash, and let's talk pro wrestling. Like I said, it's prediction time for WWE Bash in Berlin. It's happening tomorrow. So hopefully you're watching this before you actually watch the show. Let's get directly into it. We're going to kick things off with the Women's Tag Team Championships. The Unholy Union, the champions going up against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. All right, so I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that Bianca and Jade are going to take their titles back, right? I mean, we understand the whole idea of, okay, Scottish, they were in Scotland when they lost the championships to the Unholy Union. It all kind of makes sense. Okay, we get it. But now you're taking on these chicks one-on-one, two-on-two. There's no interference. There's no one to cause any type of shenanigans. You gotta assume, unless they go ahead and pull the trigger on with the heel turn between one of them, it's gonna have to be Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. I mean, that's just simple as that. Next up, you got the WWE Championship match. Cody Rhodes taking on Kevin Owens. Now, the way they kind of started out this mini feud, it was a little weird, right? Cody coming out and just kind of giving Kevin a championship match. The interesting thing, though, is we don't know what's going on in the mind of Kevin, right? They've kind of hinted to his mean streak in the past, of how he's known on turning on people and he actually will go in the ring and hurt you. But we haven't seen that side of him since he's joined forces with Cody to take on the Bloodline with Randy Orton and all the type of stuff. So we don't really know if that version of him is going to be the one that's going to show up to Berlin. Personally, I think it's going to be a much more vicious Kevin Owens, considering, mind you, this is going up before SmackDown. I think it's going to be a little bit more of a vicious side of Kevin, because Kevin's going to feel like you just gave me this championship because I helped you out. This is not a charity case. I want to earn the championship. I don't feel like I've done that. I told you that, and you still dishonor me basically by deciding to give me a match, and that just can't fly, right? So I think we're going to see a much more, like I said, typical Kevin Owens going into this match. I don't think he's going to win. Like I've said before, I don't see anybody beating Cody anytime soon that's not of Samoan heritage. But yeah, this is definitely one of those things just to get two guys on the card. They're going to have a great match, as they are known to do, but I don't see the title changing hands. I got Cody taking this one. Next up, we got the mixed tag team match. We finally going to get the Judgment Day of Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan taking on the Terror Twins of Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Okay, hear me out. I'm not entirely sure which way you go with this, right? Because let's say the Judgment Day do win. You could have a world where the Judgment Day win, and that builds up more steam to go to their Bad Blood match, where Damien's probably going to take on Finn Balor, and then you're going to have Rhea versus Liv, and you're finally going to get that comeuppance for the baby faces. But at the same time, if you go ahead and give the Terror Twins the win here, then this could set up a blindside attack that Finn will do on Damien. Like, I beat you guys, it's over with, we stood on top, and yet y'all obsessed with us. You want to come after us and take us out. Okay, let's handle it at Bad Blood. So I'm honestly not sure who I'll have win this match. So I'm just gonna go with the storyline that I would like to see going into Bad Blood. I'm gonna give it to Dominic Mysterio. Excuse me. I'm gonna give it to the Terror Twins, and there's gonna be a blindside attack somewhere where they're gonna the babyface is gonna get beat down, probably on Raw, and that's gonna set up a much longer storytelling opportunity for TV time going into Bad Blood in October. Next up, we got the second installment of the Punk McIntyre series, and this time it's going to be in a strap match. I like to assume that CM Punk is going to bring in the same level of viciousness in a type of match that he had in AEW in the dog collar match against MJF. I think that's the way that they need to approach this. WWE typically does the whole, I'm going to touch all four corners of the ring, and that's how I'm going to win. I'm not a fan of that. However, the blood feud going into this has been so strong that I think the violence is going to be kicked to another level, to the point where we're not going to be overly concerned about the fact that they're going to be touching every single corner. instead of it looking like a mini game, it's going to be more of like a, can he make it? He's going to be like, Punk's going to be going for a corner and Damian and Drew's going to be pulling him, or we're going to have the vice versa. And I think it's going to add to some more drama in the match, considering how violent I got to assume this thing is going to be. So the question is, who do I have winning? Well, Drew won the last match at SummerSlam, so you got to have CM Punk here. Otherwise, why do you have Punk McIntyre at Bad Blood? And supposedly it's supposed to be in the Hell in a Cell. So how else can you get to that without a rubber match of a blood feud? I'm going to go Punk. And last but not least, we got the World Heavyweight Championship match. The Countrymen, sort of. Gunther taking on the Viper, Randy Orton. Now, I like this as a first defense for Gunther. We know Gunther's going to win, but it's not against a pushover. It's going to be against a established veteran, someone who, in all cases and purposes, has a pretty much a certified claim to the championship, because technically Gunther didn't have his shoulders down at the King of the Ring tournament to win, so technically he's not. Randy believes that he shouldn't be champion. And of course, the whole story with Randy going after his 15th championship, that's going to be a huge headline, really, if you think about it, if Randy's able to pull this out. So honestly, I don't see it going that way. I got Gunther winning this thing. I got Gunther having I don't see Gunther losing this championship until WrestleMania 42. Like, Gunther has been put into this position that he's known to have history-making runs, and I don't think that you just take the championship, especially a main event level championship, off of him unless it's a WrestleMania or they want to build up SummerSlam continuously again. And yeah, there's no way. I don't see a way where Randy wins this match. Gunther's gonna retain, and everybody's gonna go home happy, right? You guys want Gunther to win too, right? I love when these cards don't have a whole lot of matches, because these matches are able to breathe. They're able to tell much more enriching stories throughout the match, and they got time to just give us good wrestling. And that's, if we're gonna be spending 3, maybe even 4 hours of our time, it better be some good wrestling. I can kind of live without the storytelling for a little bit, but give us something. If the build's gonna be bad, make sure the matches are off the charts. And given the card that we looked at here, the only one that I'm not really on the edge of my seat about might be the women's tag team match, because I feel like it's a full-blown conclusion, and it was never really believable with the champions coming in. So you gotta go ahead and assume that Bianca, like I said, Bianca and Jade are gonna win here. So I'm not entirely ecstatic about that match, but every single other match, whether the build of it was good or not, they're gonna be good matches, and I'm willing to bet the house on that. So it's going to be an amazing card. I'm super excited. But that's all I got for you guys today. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you guys come back for my review of Bash at Berlin. And I'll see you guys down the road. And as always, be safe, be kind, be blessed. Peace.